Rimuru Tempest x Omniverse Fanfic x Crossover XOC by Dayo. Chapter 17, Wrathful Spear. Ryuto Pav. War. Those were words that were not needed in my previous world. War is just a part of the past history that is passed down in writing. In the past, many countries fought to get the natural resources found in a country. They colonized the country and took the resources that belonged to them. But now, war is no longer needed to obtain natural resources. Because there is a trade system between countries that allows a country to buy resources belonging to other countries. They don't need to wage war for resources. For those of us who live in modern times, war is something we have never experienced or seen firsthand. War only brings suffering to both sides. But, in this world, war is a common thing. The protracted war between the demon race and other races has been going on for hundreds of years. We, the heroes who were summoned to this world to fight the demon race, or rather the modern humans who were summoned to this world to fight the demon race, are very unfamiliar with war. Because of that, I still feel reluctant to kill even these undead. I'm still not used to this world. A world full of wars as long as the demon race existed. A world where only strong and smart people can survive in this world. A world where the weak will only be a stepping stone for the strong. A world where the strong and the smart reign supreme. A world where weak people who don't try hard to sharpen their brains or train their strength will only become weak people and die as weak people. That's the world we live in now. A cruel world for the weak. I will never want to be weak. I want to become strong enough to match the Demon King. That's why I have to survive this war. I'm with Rimuru, Cordelia and the other adventurers on the right. We fought around 16,000 undead after they split the army into 5 parts. As they divided the troops, they could see behind them about 2,000 lich preparing to attack. I trembled slightly when I saw the huge number of licks. The licks attacked us using fire magic. The mage behind us didn't stay silent at that. They are in very large numbers. When the two completely opposite types of magic came into contact, a thick cloud of smoke was created in the sky. The fire magic was successfully removed. All the adventurers continued to advance forward. Rimuru and Cordelia were at the very front. I don't think I'm brave enough to come forward and fight. At this rate, I will not become stronger and more experienced in war. I ventured to charge forward with Rimuru and Cordelia. I kept running to catch up to those in front. When I arrived, I saw Rimuru inserting his magic power into his sword. After being cast by magic, his sword shone so brightly that the adventurers behind him had to close their eyes because the light was too dazzling. The sword that was silver with a faint rainbow color turned into a holy sword that was shining brightly. I tried to see the status of the sword that Rimuru had. Status. Name. Tempest Sword. At. 49,817. Def. 70,281. Magic Power. 20,000. Weight. 3 kg. Rank. SS+. Effect. Each slash has a very strong holy power. If the user slashes with all his might while casting all the holy magic contained within the sword, it will be able to slash through the dimensional gap. The power of the sword increased by 20,000 and the magic power that the sword could emit suddenly rose to 20,000. What the hell is that very cheat status of the sword? His sword was even capable of opening a dimensional gap. I'm also still wondering where Rimuru got his SS rank artifact from. What was even more surprising was that his sword rank rose to SS plus rank the moment Rimuru cast his magic. The S rank artifact should have disappeared long ago. The holy aura that the sword gave off was extremely powerful. I noticed that there was something strange about the undead's movements. All the undead that were on the battlefield moved towards Rimuru. It seemed they were attracted by the holy aura that the sword gave off. It was as if they wanted to be purified using that sword. The moment Rimuru arrived in front of the undead, he started slashing with his sword. Rimuru slashed horizontally so that many undead were hit. The undead hit by Rimuru's slash instantly turned to ashes. Rimuru also used his punch to kill the undead. I think he just hit him to keep the undead away from him. But, it turns out that he also coated his fist with holy magic. The undead hit by his blow turned to dust. All the adventurers who saw Rimuru fight were mesmerized by his beautiful sword style. Adventurer 1, so beautiful. Adventurer 2, I want to learn it. Adventurer 3, Unfortunately he's very secretive, otherwise, maybe I'll propose to him after this war ends. If Rimuru heard him say that, perhaps he would immediately beat up the person who proposed to him. I didn't want to imagine how Rimuru would beat up the person who tried to propose to him, because if I did, my trauma from being beaten would revive. Currently, Rimuru had managed to kill 10 undead. But suddenly he jumped high towards the horde of undead. Cordelia, who saw that, immediately ran after Rimuru, who left us far behind. I was also worried when he suddenly jumped at the undead. My worries grew even more as the light of Rimuru's sword dimmed. Cordelia! Rimuru! Cordelia screamed and increased her running speed. I've been trying to catch him too. As we ran, we were confronted by several undead, but we managed to cut off their arms and legs. Finally we were close to Rimuru's position. But, it seems our worries were in vain. We saw the dim light play out in a randomly directed manner. The undead hit by the light instantly turned to dust. Rimuru was slashing all the surrounding undead with a sword style that looked beautiful. The light looks like a calm, meandering stream of water. He continued slashing and hitting until all the undead around him died. Rimuru finished killing all the undead and we approached him. Rimuru looked at the adventurer who was behind. Rimuru, hey you guys, if you want to be useful in this war, I'll leave this place to you guys. After saying that, Rimuru looked at us and walked over. All the adventurers who heard Rimuru's words immediately went to beat up the undead they saw. It seemed the adventurer had been waiting for a moment like this. Rimuru, Ryuto, find your friends and Cordelia's friends to help kill Durandal. And as for Cordelia, come with me to exterminate the Lich. Rimuru suddenly carried Cordelia in a princess sling. Cordelia, what are you? Rimuru, come on. Rimuru didn't listen to Cordelia's words until the end and immediately jumped towards the 2000 Lich. Cordelia, I heard Cordelia scream as Rimuru carried her while jumping. I immediately went to find my friends. After gathering Ryu, I saw Cordelia extending her hand to Rimuru. Rimuru holds Cordelia's hand and I see both of their hands shining. After that, Cordelia took a stance to attack with her rapier. I saw Cordelia using the same method as Rimuru to exterminate the undead. He infused his magic power into the rapier he was holding using his right hand. The rapier glowed the same as Rimuru's sword when cast magic. However, Cordelia's rapier had a holy aura that was weaker than Rimuru's sword. Then Rimuru left Cordelia, who was preparing to fight thousands of Licks alone. I'm so grateful that Rimuru wasn't brought along. Rimuru went towards another army that needed help. I think for Cordelia it's a bit too much. But it turned out that Cordelia managed to survive against the Lich. He stabbed all the Licks in front of him while dodging the fireball attacks shot by the Lich behind him. After that, Cordelia jumped backwards and took a stance with the rapier in her right hand at stomach level, pointing the rapier straight ahead, bringing her left hand until it was parallel to the tip of the rapier. Position his right foot back as a support and his left leg slightly bent. Cordelia. Light stabs. Instantly, Cordelia stabbed straight ahead and stabbed the Lich in front of her. His movement was so fast, if I was still like before, I wouldn't be able to see the speed of his movement. I thought it was fine to leave Cordelia with the Lich. I started gathering my friends and the others. After everyone gathered, I invited them to work together to defeat the demon general Durandal. Before the war, Rimuru gave us 2 of his homemade potions and 2 mana recovery potions just in case we were hit by a fatal attack or got too tired or ran out of mana. We managed to find Durandal. He was fighting the Guildmaster, who was a former S-rank adventurer. The Guildmaster looked very serious at attacking him, but Durandal only handled him with small movements like he was playing a game. Durandal is very strong. I tried to check the status using the All Appraisal skill. Status. Name. Durandal. Gender. Male. Age. 273. Job. Swordsmaster. Elements. Dark magic. Level. 90. Express. 18, 28,870, 750. Race. Demon Dullahan. HP. 100, 000100000. MP. 40, 00040, 000. STR. 5000. VIT. 4000. DXT. 129. Int. 71. Magic power. 752. Skills. 1. Wrath. 2. Dark Slash. 3. Dark Crush. 4. Dark Aura. 5. Dark Press. His status was very high, but his magic power was low. When Guildmaster Harrell saw us, he lost his concentration while still facing Durandal. As a result, when Durandal swung his greatsword from below at the Guildmaster, he couldn't resist due to the overwhelming difference in strength. Guildmaster Harrell's status was like this when I checked. Status. Name. Harrell. Gender. Male. Age. 37. Job. Adventurer, Swordsmaster. Element. Land magic and wind magic. Level. 72. Express. 1.82917.125. Race. High human. Mobile. 2.81720.272. MP. 5.21813.291. STR. 6.917. VIT. 4.272. DXT. 162. Int. 62. Magic power. 729. Skills. 1. Wind Slash. 2. Wind Blade. 3. Body Strength. 4. Wind Leg. The difference in status between the two of them was enormous. It seemed the Guildmaster couldn't even scratch Durandal. The Guildmaster was thrown far away from enduring Durandal's attack and became unconscious. Ryuto. May, quickly heal Guildmaster. May. Okay. I'll be back after healing him. Be careful, Ryuto-kun. Ryuto. Don't worry, we won in numbers, besides that we've been trained by ruthless devils. When I said that, the atmosphere around us immediately turned gloomy. I think we thought the same thing and recalled the trauma Rimuru caused. Ryuto. Sorry to wait, Durandal. Durandal. Don't beat around the bush anymore, attack me at the same time. Cordelia. As you asked. We wasted no time and charged straight for Durandal. The ones at the front were Ryu and Ralph. Ryu used his shield to cover Durandal's sight, while Ralph uses his shield and sword to attack Durandal. Cordelia was beside me and she used the remaining holy magic that Rimuru had given her. I also used holy magic to coat my body. Since Durandal was a devil, he would be weak against holy elements, unless he had a skill that resisted holy elements. Hannah was behind to attack Durandal using her magic. Durandal started swinging his greatsword horizontally as Ryu got close. Ryu managed to block Durandal's attack with the shield Rimuru gave him. Surprisingly, the shield that Rimuru provided was able to withstand Durandal's greatsword. At first I thought the shield Rimuru gave me was too weak because it was always shattered in one hit by it. But when I saw that his shield was able to withstand Durandal's seemingly heavy attack, I thought about what if Rimuru's punch hit us directly. I thought we would die instantly the moment Rimuru launched his punch at us. Luckily he was always aiming for the shield. Ralph wasted no time and immediately tried to slash at Durandal's body. However, Durandal managed to restrain him with the shield in his hand. Ryu, who was able to move freely, pushed his shield in front of Durandal to cover his view. Cordelia and I ran to Durandal's side to attack him from two directions. Cordelia jumped at Durandal from the side and tried to attack him. I ran from the other side of Durandal. We used holy skills and power to attack Durandal. Durandal. Nice tack, but it won't be enough against me. Ralph. Don't be happy just yet. Ralph tried to attack him again from the side where Cordelia had jumped. Ralph. Ralph tries to slash his body once more, but is always held back by Durandal. Durandal. It's useless. Ralph. That's not what I'm after. Cordelia made it to the top of Durandal and I was already very close to Durandal. Cordelia pointed her rapier down. Cordelia. Rainbow stab. Ryuto. Rainbow slash. We attacked Durandal from above and from the side. A rainbow glow was created as we attacked horizontally and vertically. Durandal was late to dodge and was slightly affected by the purifying effect of our attack. Durandal. Hannah. Now. All of us near Durandal dodged after hearing Hannah's signal. Hannah. Super fireball. Hannah fired her giant fireball at Durandal. Durandal, who was still affected by our attack, couldn't dodge and Hannah's attack hit him. Durandal. Gawk, damn, insolent. Flattened them to the ground. Durandal shouted while facing back. Ryuto. What are you doing? Durandal. I've ordered the 40,000 undead who are at the rear to attack. You won't have time to save yourself, you'll die. Cordelia. What? 40,000 undead. Don't bully. Durandal. I'm not bullying you, for sure you will die when the undead behind get here. Just then from behind Durandal, I saw a gigantic barrier and within it was a meteor that was about to swoop down. There was something strange about the meteor, the color of the fire was black with a hint of violet mixed in and like an arrow. Everyone who was here saw what happened. When the black meteor fell, there was a huge explosion. The explosion filled the giant tubular barrier. Cordelia, that fire. I've seen it somewhere. Ryuto, where? Cordelia, at that time I was running a quest to clear the dungeon. When I arrived, there was an explosion of the same color as the explosion there. Just as I was about to check who made such a huge mana explosion, I looked at Rimuru. It wasn't long before the demon general Orion came and the two of them fought. We were protected by Rimuru with his barrier as Rimuru took out a giant black fireball in his hand and threw it towards Orion. The explosion was huge and was capable of killing Orion. Ryuto, so the 40,000 undead is right and Rimuru has exterminated them by himself. Ralph, that woman is completely unreasonable. Cordelia, but you can't tell anyone about this, Rimuru asked us to keep it a secret. Ryu, I'll keep this a secret, if I tell someone maybe I'll be killed right away. We swear to keep this secret from everyone. Durandal, packing humans. Durandal suddenly emitted a black aura from his body. His strength increased. Durandal, wrath. Suddenly his strength increased again and his black aura grew even bigger. Durandal suddenly got behind us and hit us one by one. We didn't have time to dodge his punches and were thrown far away. The attack was so heavy that it almost knocked us unconscious. We managed to bounce back and once again attacked Durandal. Durandal swung his greatsword at Ryu. Ryu used his shield to block it, but because of Durandal's attack which was so heavy that it made Ryu blown away by resisting his attack. Ralph also tries to attack him but a kick from Durandal hits him. Ralph spit out a little from his mouth and was thrown. Ralph is unconscious after receiving Durandal's kick. Only me, Cordelia and Hannah were able to attack. Mei is behind to heal Ralph and Ryu. Ryuto, Rainbow Slash. I once again attacked him with Rainbow Slash but Durandal managed to block it with the blade of his sword. Cordelia, Rainbow Stab. Cordelia attacks him with her rainbow-colored rapier. Durandal caught Cordelia's rapier and slammed it at me. I didn't have time to dodge and Cordelia's body hit me hard. I felt like I couldn't maintain my consciousness. Before passing out, I saw a girl with silvery blue hair. He is Rimuru. Rimuru, I think this is enough, leave this person to me. After I heard Rimuru's voice, my consciousness faded and passed out. Ryuto Pav End. Phew, after exterminating 40,000 undead, I returned to the battlefield. It's a very tiring struggle. Since I'm a slime, I don't feel tired, so it's only natural. Seal also told me that Durandal has one of the powers of the Sin series which is Wrath. This is really a jackpot. After strengthening the Gluttonious sword, I discovered the power of another Sin series. But, it seemed they were still fighting Durandal. They managed to corner him and force Durandal to use his Sin series powers. I don't think they're going to stand up to Durandal when he's serious. They were all beaten unconscious. Only Mei was left who was still healing the injured and unconscious. I thought if I just came and killed Durandal it would be really bad. The guildmaster over there is awake. I thought it would be discovered if I went straight into their fight. I used the ultimate skill, Void God Azathoth, to stop time once again. After activating the time stop, I went to where they were fighting. I went towards the people who were already conscious and knocked them out again one by one. After confirming that no one was around, I deactivated the Void God Azathoth skill and the world started running again. Rimuru, I think this is enough, leave this person to me. Durandal, who are you? Rimuru, at that time I decided to reveal my true identity because no one saw me. Rimuru, I'm Demon Lord Rimuru Tempest, nice to meet you. Durandal, only humans claim to be demon lords. Know your place. Durandal moved toward me very quickly. He is faster than Egokuros. But, to me who used thought acceleration, he looked really slow. When he got near me he immediately swung his greatsword at me from above. I raised my left hand and caught the sword with my index finger and thumb. Rimuru, too slow. I coated my sword with the energy of the demonic holy inversion skill and used Dead End Rainbow. Rimuru, Seal, prepared to take his power. Good master. I drew his greatsword and kicked it upwards. As Durandal was flung upwards, I thrust my sword up. Rimuru, Dead End Rainbow. I took out the magic stored in my sword along with my stab. A large, sky-high rainbow light was created when I cast the skill. Durandal, Awa. 2. Sorry, Argasama. After being hit by my attack, Durandal instantly died. Rimuru, Seal. I used the ultimate skill, Gluttonous Lord Beelzebub, and left the absorption to Seal. Fine, taking the power of the Sin series, successfully retrieved. Now Master can use the power of Wrath's Sin series. Does the Master want to put this power into the container of sins? Yes. No. Rimuru. Yes. Inserting the power of Wrath's Sin series into the container of sins, successfully inserted. Now you can use one of the modes of container of sins, namely Wrathful Spear. Yuwu, so cool. I really want to try it. But it seems the situation here is no longer possible for me to try the new weapon mode. I think I'll wait for another chance to use the Wrathful Spear. I looked around and it seemed the war was over with victory on the human side. All the undead died to dust as Durandal died. Looks like Durandal made all these undead. Finally this war is over and I can enjoy my life while seeking the power of another Sin series. I can't ask Seal to find another power because the wavelength of the magic is the same. I think after this I'll go to another city and try to find something.